Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Woodmere State Revival. It's Saturday, it's sunny, and we got big plans for today. I'm standing inside the house right now checking things out, seeing what kind of progress the team from Merck has made this week. And they've gotten a lot done in the formal living room. We'll cruise over there and take a look at that in a second. And then outside we've got big plans as well. We've got a 50-foot articulating lift to help us get up in the canopy there and take some more trees down. We got a 6-inch chipper on site. We're going to get everything cut down, chipped, and disposed of all in the same weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're off on Monday, so we got big things planned. Hopefully the weather cooperates. So let me show you where we're starting out today. So I'm standing in the kitchen right now. We still got a fan going in here trying to get the last of the moisture out over in the corner of the dining room. For whatever reason, that area has stayed wet longer than the rest of this place. Everything else is pretty much dried out at this point. We got all that limestone dust down in the crawl space. That really helped to solidify things and really improve the working environment. You guys can actually get down in here and walk around and not have to worry about slogging through all the slop. So we got a little bit of water still down on the edges here. That's almost gone. And then there's just a little bit laying over here too. Kind of speculating that maybe that big elevated slab in the garage was holding a lot of water, and that stuff's just kind of seeping through the wall. Not sure exactly, but the important part is it's drying out. Let's walk over here and take a look at the formal living room, or the sunken living room. And the exciting thing is it's sunken no longer. Well, technically it is, because architecturally that's the way it was designed, but it's not actually sinking into the ground like it was before. As you can see, the guys have worked all the way around the perimeter. As you can see, they've replaced the sill with pressure-treated lumber, and they've got a brand new piece of flashing underneath that as a termite stop. They came around the perimeter here. They took all this rotten flooring out, sill and rim joist. Came across here, same thing, all the way around the perimeter. They removed the rotten sill, the rotten band joist, and replaced all of that with fresh lumber. Now originally the walls of the house were supported on the flooring system, so it was a little bit different when they put it together the first time around. The guys that have been doing the framing for us took a look at that and figured that it would actually be better to carry the weight of the wall all the way down to the foundation and then actually support the floor structure off the rim joist as well. So that way you don't have your sheeting sitting there holding up the floor or the walls, and it just makes for a sturdier structure overall. But they got all the floor joists in, and again the crawl space is nice and dry now. You can see we just have that limestone dust down there, and it's looking a whole lot better. This is that well that they had before. There's actually a pipe that goes out to the right there. See that, but yeah, there you go. That was where they had that drain exiting the house, and it looks like that ran under the foundation. So we think originally that was part of the design. But they were compensating for poor drainage in the back of the house by actually putting drainage in the house, which again is bizarre, and so we're eliminating that. But as you can see, the floor structure is done in here, and they've come over here and supported the framing that actually supports the stairs. That's all been redone. So next week they're going to move over into the dining room or back over here into the office space. I'm not sure what the plans are right now, but we'll just have to wait and see. But this wall in the back of the old music room, or what's now going to be the office, is going away. And so this entire wall will disappear. And then the new floor structure will go all the way across here, across the top of the foundation, and out to the edge of the house. And that way we're going to expand this office or music room all the way to the edge of the house. Give us a much nicer, lighter, brighter space. And of course, you can see over here, this is where we cut out that wood box and made that new opening into the office from the main part of the house. And so that's really going to open things up, a lot more natural light coming through here, because this window's going away, and at the edge of this window over here, all the way to the edge of the what they had, like the bar on the outside of the house. That will be a big door and like French door and side light unit. So we're gonna have a ton of light coming through there, a ton of light coming through the back of the house. It's really gonna make a world of difference. All right, so that's it for the inside. Let's take a look outside now. So as you can see, I've got the 6-inch chipper behind the truck there. Got it parked down on the road below the pool area. Let's take a walk behind the house here. So today we're going to be working on the trees that surround the pool. Last time we couldn't get to them because there was a hot tub unit right there, and we couldn't get the 40-foot lift past the hot tub, that big concrete and stone enclosure. Couldn't get it past over here to the base of these trees so that we could actually reach these trees and cut these down. As you can see, this one is dangerously, has a dangerous lean to it. It's actually leaning against the fence, and the fence is probably supporting part of the weight. It's probably getting ready to turn out a root. So we're gonna have to get that one. We've got this big sumac here, and that thing's got a nice lean to it as well. And then we've got another poplar tree here, right next to the pool house. That's got to go. And then we got another poplar tree here, right next to the pool house. That's also got to go. And then over in the corner, a couple more trees that have just gotten huge and are leaning over the pool fence here and dropping all kinds of trash into the pool itself. So again, another big poplar here and another poplar here. So we've got all those that we got to get down because they're just, like I said, leaning over the fence and dropping all kinds of trash in here. And then back beyond, you've got another layer of trees, and they're mostly just standing dead. They're the old pine trees covered in ivy, but all but the very tops of those trees are dead. So we're going to go ahead and cut those down as well while we've got the equipment in here to get all this junk out of here. Speaking of equipment, looking down the back of the house here, I came down last night and cleared out the last of the lumber and stuff that was sitting around the back of the house. Moved the sliding glass doors out of the way and started moving our 50-foot tow-behind lift in place. Now we tried to get a 60-foot self-propelled diesel lift, but unfortunately the Sunbelt crew couldn't get it down our road. And it happened while I was at work, and I couldn't get here in time to meet them and drive it down the road. So we ended up having to do a 50-foot tow behind instead, which is okay, but the trouble is getting it behind the house. So I had it hooked to my truck last night and was trying to move it with my pickup, and I got it, started in behind the house there, but my truck is a long bed, long wheelbase. This thing's long. It was getting really dicey trying to maneuver that thing back there without hitting either the house or the wall with my truck or the trailer. So I decided to call it quits for the night, and today I picked up some supplies so that I can use the trailer or use the tractor to move it instead. So I got a new drawbar, a couple of drawbar locks, and a new hitch ball, and I'm going to put those on the back of the tractor, and we'll actually use the 3-point hitch on the back of the tractor to move that thing around instead. So that ought to work out a lot better. Tractor's a lot shorter wheelbase, a lot more maneuverable, and we should be able to steer that thing down to the end of the property. So I'm going to work on getting that stuff hooked up, and let's see what we can get done. Again. So here we are on top of the 50-foot aerial lift. Got this thing maneuvered into place this morning with the thanks to my dad's tractor. We were able to maneuver it behind the house. It is stinking hot, and even though it's overcast, the humidity's really high, so I'm sweating like a pig. But hey, we're making progress. We already got the top out of one poplar, working on getting the top out of another one, and then we're going to keep moving across the property, taking them down a piece at a time. Let me show you where we're at right now. You can see behind me the house and the property and everything. And there's Dad down there working, dragging branches out of the way. He's hauling them over there to the bank, and then we'll drag them down the hill and feed them into the chipper. And as you can see, we are way stinking up here. This thing says 50 feet. We got it at max extension right now. Trying to get up here and get this poplar. It's pretty small from here, maybe 2 to 3 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and make a bit of a bevel cut here, and then drop that thing over towards the pool, kind of hinge it a little bit so it'll fall hopefully straight down. How's it going, Dad? That says hay. All right, so I'm going to get back to it. See if I can get some more of these trees on the ground before lunchtime.
All right, so this is weekend number 2 of tree trimming. I hope this is the last time for a while. We rented this 50-foot tow behind. Trying to get these ones around the pool. I'm glad Chris isn't afraid of heights. Long way down. Oh. Ooh, that's a good one. They don't look as big up high, but then when they land, it's like, wow. We have Papa here today, and Chris's brother Chad and his son Charles will be here this evening. So for the record, I just wanted everyone to know that I was hard at work today. Not quite as hard as Chris, but I'm covered in mud. I don't know if you can see it all, if you can see my legs, but I got down in the crawl space. We still have a little bit of water in the front of the house, and not quite sure why, so I did the wet dry vac in there and got all of it out. So hoping that it will stay dry, but just not quite sure. So let me give you a quick tour of what's going on inside. So I worked all along the edge here on the front side and the side of the house and sucked up about, I don't know, in spots I guess it was about 2 inches, and got all that out of there. And we also had a little bit here in the living room. The boys are in here having fun. Say hey, boys.
What's up?
So we had a little bit down here in this corner, and I was able to get all of that out. So we'll see. I think we're gonna have some rain this evening. So I think Chris and I'll try to come down while it's raining and see if it's coming in that way, or maybe it's still just seeping out of the blocks since they've been wet for so long. But hoping we can get this water issue taken care of real soon. At least the back of the house is dry now. We've got that solved, so now we just got to figure out this front portion. So wish us luck. A werewolf game. Okay, guys, you know, I don't want you over those. If you fall and straddle that and hurt your privates, you won't be able to have children.
Why?
Because that's where your babies come from.
We're not girls, though. Yeah.
Hold on. All right, let's just, all right.
Snake in the pool.
What?
Snake in the pool.
Is there a snake? Ugh.
Like maybe black snake.
Yeah, we saw one here in the wood pile last week. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's day 1 of the big cut. We got a bunch of stuff down today, 2 big poplar trees and a big sumac tree. We got a little bit of the trunk left to take down, but most of it's on the ground. Got it piled up down close to the road, and we'll feed it into the chipper tomorrow. It's hot. It's really hot. I'm sucking down as much water as I possibly can. Still feeling kind of dehydrated, so I'm gonna back to the house and start an IV or chug a couple gallons of water. Let me show you what we got accomplished today. So here's where we've been working, and you can see right there's the last of the trunk of that sumac tree. Got to get the rest of that down tomorrow. There's the last of the trunk of that poplar, and there's another one right behind the corner of the fence that you can't see. So we got a bunch of stuff cut down today. And this, little electric lift, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, but actually it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's got good reach, 50 feet, and we were able to get way up there into the tops of these trees and take little pieces down at a time, so you didn't have to worry about dropping something and breaking something like the pool. Got a bunch of logs stacked up already. But overall, been a good day. Got a lot accomplished. Couldn't be happier. So that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys coming along with us today. We'll be back down here tomorrow, and more than likely the day after that, taking care of the rest of this stuff. We're going to get an early start tomorrow. We got kind of a late start trying to get everything ready to go today. I'm going to try to get down here early, maybe like 6 o'clock, before it starts to get too hot. That way we can get as much of this stuff tackled before the sun really gets out and gets the place nice and steamy. So thanks again for hanging out with us. Be sure to hit that subscription button so you don't miss a single episode of Woodmere Estate Revival. And thanks for following along in this grand adventure. Be sure to hit that like button too. We appreciate that. Share it with your friends and family. And be sure to tune in again tomorrow. Uncle Chad, my brother's going to be here, and my dad will be back, and I'm sure the boys will make an appearance. So we'll have a good crew down here. Amber will be here working her tail off, and we'll get lots accomplished. So see you again real soon. Have a great rest of the day.